When people think of the richest individuals in history, names like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk might come to mind. But long before them, there was a man named Aristotle Onassis who became one of the wealthiest people in the world. He was known for living an extravagant life, partying like no other, and marrying some of the most famous women of his time. But who is Aristotle Onassis, and how did he get so rich? Aristotle Onassis was born on January 20, 1906, in Smyrna, a city known for its wealth and cultural diversity. Located on the Aegean coast of what is now Turkey, Smyrna was home to Greeks, Turks, Armenians, and other communities. The city was a hub for trade, art, and education, making it one of the most prosperous regions in the Ottoman Empire. Aristotle's father, Socrates Onassis, was a wealthy tobacco merchant, and the family lived a comfortable life. This meant that young Aristotle had access to a good education and grew up in an environment that nurtured his curiosity and ambition. However, life took a tragic turn in 1922. During the Greco-Turkish War, Smyrna became the site of a devastating conflict. The city was burned to the ground, and thousands of Greeks were killed or forced to flee. The Onassis family, like many others, lost everything. Their home, their wealth, and their status were gone in an instant. Aristotle, then a teenager, witnessed firsthand the horrors of war and the fragility of material success. The family fled to Greece, but life as refugees was incredibly difficult. They faced poverty and prejudice, as many locals viewed refugees with suspicion. Aristotle's father tried to rebuild his tobacco business, but it was a struggle. These harsh conditions shaped young Aristotle, teaching him the resilience and value of hard work. But despite these challenges, Aristotle was determined to improve his life. He worked various odd jobs to support his family while continuing to dream of a better future. His ambition and resourcefulness set him apart from others his age, and at age 17, he made a bold decision that would change his life forever. He left for Argentina. Aristotle arrived in Buenos Aires with little more than a suitcase and a few dollars. He didn't speak Spanish and had no connections, but he was determined to succeed. He took on menial jobs at first, including working as a telephone operator. During his shifts, he eavesdropped on business conversations, learning how deals were made and spotted opportunities in the tobacco trade. By day, he worked tirelessly, and by night, he studied and networked. He eventually secured a small loan to start his business importing Turkish tobacco. Aristotle's eye for quality and his understanding of market trends helped him succeed where others failed. He focused on creating luxury cigarettes that appealed to the wealthy elite, a strategy that quickly brought him success. Aristotle's early life was marked by both hardship and opportunity. His experience in Smyrna and Greece gave him a deep understanding of human struggle, while his move to Argentina revealed his ability to adapt and thrive. These years laid the foundation for the empire he would later build. After establishing himself as a successful tobacco trader in Argentina, Aristotle Onassis set his sights on bigger opportunities. The 1920s and 30s were a time of economic growth and globalization, and Onassis recognized that shipping was the key to wealth. He noticed that while industries were booming, there was a growing need to move goods across oceans. Shipping offered high profits but was also a risky business. However, this was perfect for someone with his appetite for challenges. Aristotle began buying old ships that other businessmen considered worthless. At the time, ship owners were hesitant to invest in vessels because of lingering effects of the Great Depression. Onassis, however, saw potential where others saw failure. He purchased aging freighters at bargain prices and refurbished them, turning them into reliable ships that could compete in a global market. His first major breakthrough came when he started transporting oil. At the time, global demand for oil was skyrocketing, and oil companies needed efficient ways to move their product. Onassis struck deals with companies that were willing to pay premium rates for dependable shipping, and by offering competitive prices and ensuring timely deliveries, he built a reputation as a reliable partner in the industry. One of his most innovative strategies was flagging his ships in Panama or Liberia instead of Greece. This allowed him to benefit from lower taxes and fewer regulations, giving him a significant advantage over competitors. It was a controversial move, but it paid off handsomely. By the 1950s, Onassis had one of the largest privately owned shipping fleets in the world. His fleet included supertankers capable of transporting massive quantities of oil, making him a dominant player in the industry. He didn't just focus on size, he also invested in technology to make his ships more efficient and profitable. But Onassis' success wasn't just about smart investments, it was also about his ability to build relationships. He forged connections with powerful figures, from oil executives to world leaders. These relationships often gave him insider knowledge and exclusive deals, further solidifying his position at the top. In addition to shipping, Onassis diversified his investments. He ventured into real estate, banking, and airlines, while still keeping an eye out for the next big opportunity. One of his most famous acquisitions was Olympic Airways, which was Greece's national airline. Although it wasn't as profitable as his shipping ventures, owning the airline enhanced his public image and influence. Simply put, Aristotle Onassis wasn't just a businessman, he was a visionary. He had the ability to see trends before they happened and wasn't afraid to take calculated risks. His shipping empire became the cornerstone of his fortune, but it was his determination and creativity that truly set him apart. Through hard work and innovation, he turned his small beginnings into one of the greatest success stories of the 20th century. Aristotle Onassis wasn't just lucky, he was incredibly smart and hardworking. He had a keen eye for spotting opportunities and wasn't afraid to take risks. For example, during World War II, when other shipping companies hesitated, Onassis made deals that allowed him to expand his fleet. He was also a master negotiator. Onassis knew how to win people over and make deals that benefited him in the long run, but it was his ability to adapt to changing circumstances that truly set him apart from other businessmen of his time. As Aristotle Onassis amassed wealth, his lifestyle became a showcase of unimaginable luxury and excess. He didn't just live life, he lived it on a grand scale. One of his most extravagant purchases was a private Greek island called Skorpios. On this extraordinary piece of paradise, Onassis constructed lavish homes and created an exclusive retreat for the world's elite. Skorpios became the site of legendary parties, attracting celebrities, political leaders, and even royalty. Guests included icons like Winston Churchill, Maria Callas, and Greta Garbo, who mingled under the stars while enjoying the finest foods, wine, and music money could buy. But if Skorpios symbolized Onassis' love for land, his yacht, the Christina O, was a testament to the mastery of the seas. Named after his beloved daughter Christina, the yacht was a floating palace. Measuring over 300 feet, it boasted amenities that were groundbreaking for its time. Guests could relax by a swimming pool with a mosaic floor that transformed into a dance floor, sipping cocktails at a bar with whale-skin stools, or enjoy the cozy warmth of an onboard fireplace. The Christina O was more than a yacht. It was a status symbol that showcased Onassis' flair for combining functionality with opulence. Aristotle's extravagant lifestyle wasn't just about possessions, it was also about the company he kept. He was a natural charmer, known for his wit and magnetic personality. Whether forging deals with business tycoons or sharing stories with Hollywood stars, Onassis had a unique ability to connect with people from all walks of life. Quite frankly, Aristotle Onassis didn't shy away from indulging the finer things in life. From hosting iconic parties to sailing the seas aboard his luxurious yacht, his lavish lifestyle mirrored his larger-than-life personality. For many, he became the embodiment of success and living proof that wealth could open doors to a world of endless possibilities. One of the most iconic chapters in Aristotle Onassis' life was his marriage to Jacqueline Kennedy, the widow of U.S. President John F. Kennedy. Their union in 1968 captured global attention, not only because of their high-profile status, but also because it seemed like an unlikely match. Jackie, a symbol of American elegance and poise, married Aristotle, a Greek tycoon whose reputation was as much about his bold personality as his wealth. The wedding took place on Scorpios Island, and the world watched as two of the most famous figures of their time united, blending American prestige with Greek extravagance. For Jackie, the marriage offered something she desperately needed: security. After the assassination of her husband, she lived under constant public scrutiny and feared for her children's safety. Marrying Onassis provided financial stability and a sense of protection for her family. For Aristotle, the marriage elevated his social status to new heights. Being linked to Jackie Kennedy added an air of legitimacy and glamour to his already celebrated life. However, their relationship was far from perfect. Both had strong personalities, and their different lifestyles often led to disagreements. Onassis's passion for business and his flamboyant lifestyle sometimes clashed with Jackie's reserved demeanor and need for privacy. But despite these challenges, their marriage was a union of two iconic figures whose lives forever shaped the public imagination. Behind the glamour, the Onassis family had its share of struggles. Aristotle had two children, Alexander and Christina, from his first marriage to Athena Lavanos. Both children played a significant role in the family's business, but their lives were not without tragedy. Alexander, the heir to Aristotle's empire, died in a plane crash at the young age of 24. The loss devastated Aristotle, and he was never the same after that. Christina, his daughter, struggled with the weight of living in her father's shadow. Although she inherited much of his fortune, her personal life was marked by difficulties, including failed marriages and health issues. After Aristotle's death in 1975, much of his fortune was left to the Alexander S. Onassis Foundation, which was created in honor of his late son. Christina inherited a significant portion as well, but her life remained complicated until her death in 1988. Although the Onassis family is no longer as prominent as it was during Aristotle's time, the wealth he built continues to make an impact. The Alexander S. Foundation funds educational and cultural projects around the world, keeping Aristotle's name alive. Christina's daughter, Athena Onassis, is actually one of the last living members of her family. She has taken steps to manage what remains of the fortune, though her life has also been marked by personal challenges. She too has faced a failed marriage, and since she's without children, only time will tell what will eventually become of the Onassis' family wealth. Regardless, the story of Aristotle Onassis is one of ambition, vision, and a bit of controversy. From a refugee with nothing to one of the richest men in the world, his journey inspires anyone to dream of achieving greatness. His marriage to Jackie Kennedy and the lavish lifestyle of the Onassis family added even more intrigue to his legacy. And while the Onassis fortune has seen ups and downs over the years, Aristotle's impact on the world of business and his fascinating life story will always be remembered. Now, head to the comments and tell us what you think about Aristotle Onassis. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on wealth and luxury.